Hi everyone and welcome. So I've put a few little bits and pieces here to give you something to look at while I just have a little chat with you. And this is some avocado paper I dyed the other day. I thought it turned out really pretty, but I'm not here to talk about that. Alright, so in this video what I'm going to try and show you is how I change the colour of my PDFs, and hopefully I've been able to record from my iPad screen so that you can see exactly what I do, and I'm going to try and record over the top of it and explain what I'm doing as I go along. So I think this technique's quite useful if you've got a PDF where the colour's not quite what you need for your project, or if your printer doesn't print it out exactly the colours that you like and you need to tweak the colours to adjust them to give it the richness or the colour effect that you want. I just want to give a bit of a disclaimer. I am definitely no expert. I just fiddle around with things until they work the way I want them to. So I don't have a great extensive knowledge about all these things. This is just a technique that I've found, and I've found it works really well for me. So we'll get into the little pre-recorded video that I've done with the voiceover, and then I'll come back and have a little bit more of a chat to you about the end results of the little video that I've done. Alright, so I hope this is helpful to you all, and I hope you're all well, and I hope this is informative. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's take a look at this, guys. So first off, go to the section on your iPad, iPhone or print or computer and bring up where you save your PDFs. I'm going to my PDF file, and I'm going to bring up one of the pictures from my PDFs. So let's go with this one. So once you've got your picture up, go to that little arrow with the box on the top right hand corner of the screen and save the image. So basically this will save it into your photos. So now I'm going to head down to where I save my photos and bring up my photos files. And you can see there is the PDF. It's been saved into my photos. So now we need to bring this screen up, and up in the top right hand corner you'll see the edit button. So hit that, which into this screen. Now selecting the button on the left hand side there, which is the 3 intertwined circles, and this will bring up a little icon on the right hand side, and you can scroll down this and it gives you a predetermined colour set. So you've got the original, you've got a vivid, then it takes you to a vivid warm, and after that you've got the vivid cool, and it goes right on down through all of them. So you've got dramatic, and then you've got dramatic warm, and you can see this is changing the colour, dramatic cool, and then it comes into the monochromatic colours. So you've got the mono, and then you've got the silver tone, and after that you've got basically your black and white. So you can select from any of those preset colours, but let's go back to the mono. Now on the very right hand side there you'll see a little lined area. This is, if you scroll up and down, on top of having those colours, you can then adjust the depth of colour within each screen. So basically you can choose whatever you like there, which also adjusts the colour. So I will take this through. We will select about 50% mono, which is basically a slight tint to it. Now, after you've done that, just hit that done button at the top and it will save that colour PDF into your photos. And you can basically print it off from that point. Now, this is a really good and easy way of doing it, but there is another option. And I have this program, I just want to show you here that it doesn't actually affect the colour of the original PDF. It stays exactly the same. This doesn't adjust the colour of the one that you've purchased. So I'm just going to download this again and exactly the same way that I did before and save that image. So here you see me just hitting that little box at the top, save the image, and I've saved that picture again into my photos. I'm just waiting to see. Oh, okay. So now we're going into the photo editor. So this is a program that I've got on my iPad and it's free. And I'm selecting the picture that I've just uploaded. So this is a picture that has not been adjusted. This is the original. So this is another option. You can adjust the colour by using that icon there, which says adjust. And that will bring up a screen where you can adjust the brightness, the exposure, the contrast, the warmth, the saturation of colour, the vibrance, highlights, shadow, tint and fade. So I'm selecting warmth, and if there's a bit too much yellow pigment in a PDF, select warm and take the colour down. I am going to take this to the extremes so that when I print these out you can have a look at the difference. So I've dropped the warm colour right down, and just for example I'm going to bring the tint, which is the pink colour, right up in it. And you can see how the colour changes quite dramatically. Makes that rose look a really beautiful pink colour. And then I'm going to go into the colour saturation, and just for kicks, I'm just showing you how high that can go. You can take it right back down low. Just giving you an example there of the different colour range you can get. And once you've settled on a picture that you're quite happy with the colour pigment in it, you then go up to the right hand corner of the screen and you hit that little button that says apply, and this basically applies the changes that you've made and saves it into your photos. So I'll close this screen down and we'll get back into my photos in a minute, and you'll be able to see all three pictures have been saved in the photos there. And I'll go ahead and print these off now. Okay, and we're back. And what I've done here is I wanted to print off each one of the examples that I showed you in that previous little demonstration. So this one is the original colour of the original PDF, and this one was the one that I've modified from the photo, where I changed it just basically to a black and white, and then I scrolled up and down, and as you can see it's got the slightest little hint of colour. I mean, they all look nice in their own right, so it's well worth playing around with this to see what works for you. This was the one that I did in the photo editing program, or yeah, it's the program that I've got on my iPad, and as you can see, I adjusted the colour, I adjusted the tint, so we put a little bit more pink in it, and then I adjusted the saturation of the colour. And I mean, they all look nice, and if you had a project where you wanted sort of a sort of a vintage look, this one with the slightly more yellow undertone would be great. And then if you wanted something with a bit more of a neutral, this one would be good. And if you like the pop of colour, the other one. So the range of colour that you can get from one PDF is endless, really, endless. So have a play and let me know if this was helpful. I really enjoy playing around with the colour pigment. I certainly do not mean any disrespect to people that create PDFs. I love all the PDFs. I have many PDFs that I've bought off all the different makers. As I said in the little demo, I have used my own PDF. This is my first one that I've ever created, and I have got another one that I'm working on at the moment. And I've used mine because I don't want to insult anybody by suggesting that the colour that they've done it is incorrect. It's not incorrect. It's just a matter of preference. It's a matter of what project you're working on. It's a matter of the colour scheme, because you might absolutely love a particular PDF that you've got and you want to use it in your project, but the colour doesn't quite work. And I'm just letting you know that you can adjust it. So let me know if you have a try of this, and let me know if I have explained this well enough. I hope that I've given enough information. As I said earlier, I'm definitely no expert when it comes to computers or programs or playing around, you know, on the computer with programs and things like that. But this is what I've worked out, and I hope it's of some benefit to you. All right, thanks for listening to me, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.